next Wednesday.
I needed this visit.
Am I interrupting something?
It's the jaw-dropping Sistas season finale.
Something is up. I've been waiting for this moment.
Tyler Perry's Sistas season finale next Wednesday at 9. Watch it live on BET.
All right, Sistas fans, hope you're all doing well. This will be the final trailer breakdown for season 8. We're going into episode 22, Before You Walk Out of My Life. And the synopsis is, I did a video on this a week or two ago. Andy must decide whether or not she wants to make things work with Robin before he possibly walks out of her life. Folks, I feel like you already know how I feel about this, and the fact is, I don't think these two need to be together. But based on the trailer, it seems like Robin might be getting on that plane thinking Andy doesn't want to be with him. And, But I'll say this much. At this time, I don't have a 30-second promo. I just have the 15-second promo and in-credit promo. So as always, if they finally decide to drop the full trailer and there are relevant dialogue and scenes that weren't in the 15-second promo, I'll do a follow-up video. But before we jump into this particular video, please take a moment to hit the thumbs up button to show you like it. Hit subscribe. Follow me on social media. Links are in the description below. And hit the bell icon and select all. That way you are up to date whenever I post content on the channel. So, oh boy, where do we begin? So, let's start with the Sabrina stuff, because I honestly did not see this coming. You have Sabrina and Calvin hugging, and I believe she's doing a voiceover because the screen kind of briefly fades to black for going, I needed this visit. And then Rich just randomly comes into the apartment, sees them hugging, and goes, am I interrupting something? And Sabrina's face says it all, like, oh no, because Rich has impeccable timing, not to mention, why the heck is he here? So at some point, I guess Calvin leaves, and Sabrina's like, well, I thought I'd never see you or talk to you again. And then he goes, I'm still in love with you and you're still my girl. Where is this coming from? Because I was rooting for Rich a couple episodes ago, last week's episode, that's right. You and her kaputs, there's no need of pursuing this any further. She chose her. So then all of a sudden, they have this random, back and forth at the juice shop. And now he's running to her to say, you're still my girl. These two don't need to be together. Mainly due to Sabrina being selfish and Rich always, he's immature in his own. Well, maybe they should be together because they're both immature when you think about it. But I don't know. I just don't see this. I feel like this is a situation where, and I'm just throwing this out here, I wouldn't be surprised if Rich didn't stick to his guns, rushes over to Sabrina to kind of, reclaim what's his, only for Sabrina to go, you know what, nah, this isn't going to work. And then he's going to be heartbroken because he made himself look stupid again. And then she's going to choose Damani. It's like Calvin coming back was kind of a red herring, but it was meant to kind of give closure to move forward, even though there really wasn't anything to close the book on, considering they were never together in the first place. Rich comes over because, just like with Andy, when it comes to men, she can't stand a man leaving her. It has to be the other way around. She gets to pick and choose who she allows into her life and how long they're there. But for a man to take autonomy and make their own decision of when I'm going to leave, that's a big no-no. Because best believe Sabrina will feel a lot better about the Rich situation if she... what's that saying that they use? Well, I don't know if they still use it, but I remember hearing it in certain shows and movies back in the day. It's like, you know what? Dump them before they dump you. The first one to dump the other one wins. Was it in Two Could Play That Game or something? I forgot. It was in some movie, but honestly, I feel like that's how these girls operate. It's like they can't stand being the one to get rejected or get dumped. No, it has to be me who ends the relationship on my terms. And I think that's what's going to happen, because I honestly do not see how these two can create a future together considering everything they've been through. But that's just my opinion. Now from there, we go over to, and this is the police station, I believe, the police station. So I guess Robin is making good on his promise to, go over to the jail before he leaves for his flight to just see Jordan. And I can't promise anything can get done aside from me just looking into the case, because if it's like, ironclad, there's really nothing I could do. But honestly, I don't think there is anything he can do despite being, Robin, because like it was stated in episode 21, Agent Watt and Detective Morgan are really trying to pin the stabbing on Jordan. Now, maybe Robin could somehow get the attempted murder charge off, but the assault, that's a no-no. Like, there's literally nothing that can be done about that, considering, he was caught in the act of strangling him. So it's like, no, you can't pin the stabbing on him because of multiple factors. And with that, it's unclear if Jordan can make bail or not, but who knows. But we do see that in the police station, Penelope, grabs Robin and kisses him. And obviously that doesn't work, because later in the promo, we see Robin at the airport and he has his luggage and he's on the phone. It's like, well, Andy, I'm calling you because of the same reason I came back in the first place. That's because I love you. Given the fact that Robin's at the airport, it leads me to believe that, Andy never showed up to his hotel suite, because he did say, well, hey, you know where to find me? I'll catch the last flight to the UK. And if I see you before then that lets me know you want me to stay. But if not, then I'm going back to the UK. And for that's what, I was kind of confused, because wait a minute, Robin talking about catching flights, but this dude has a private jet. Like, what was he catching a flight for? Man, guess the writers didn't know about that. All right, so this is when we get to a plot point. I don't really know. I don't know what the writers were thinking with this, because it just feels completely out of left field for the sake of drama, when we don't. Let me know in the comments if you agree. We don't need more drama. We need answers to the questions we've had all season. We need conclusions to some of these plot points that have been dragged out way too long. And I'm not just talking about Karen dropping these babies. I mean, like the Gary stabbing and everything. There are plot points that need resolutions. We don't need to pile on more drama for the sake of there being more drama, because Fatima warns Andy that, hey, being partner and everything, that breeds like new enemies and it puts a target on your back. And Andy's like, well, I never thought of it like that before. Okay, I get it. More money, more problems. But tell me why this makes sense. I do not understand why this is now brought up. Seriously, I mean, where is this coming from? So from there, Fatima's like, well, hey, let me, link phones with you for your location. That way I can track you just in case something goes down. And this kind of just goes even further into the notion, and a lot of fans pointed this out about episode 21. One of the moments that fans wanted to highlight was, yeah, I'm so glad that Zach stopped Fatima from rushing out to the front to be by Andy's side when she was out there talking to Penelope. Because I saw tweets like, yeah, at this point, the writers just have Fatima as Andy's guard dog. And that's sadly accurate. It really is. I mean, she's her guard dog, her bodyguard or whatever. It's like, for real, come on now. This is doing nothing positive for Andy's kid. Yeah, it's good to have somebody, have your back, but it just makes Andy look even weaker. Now, given the circumstances of what happens later in the promo, this was a good move, but it just feels like they're doing too much. So, Andy is walking through the parking garage. Now, it's unclear if she has the intentions of going to see Robin before he goes back to the UK, but regardless, she gets into her car, and then somebody pops up from the back seat and puts a cloth over her face. Now, I don't know if this cloth is, I don't know, has chloroform or whatever on it to knock her out or just to muddle her sounds. But yeah, Andy gets grabbed. And from there, we go over to Zach and Fatima. They're looking at the suspect board at home, even though I thought Zach started taking it down in the last episode, but whatever. So Zach's like, yeah, something's up. So Fatima gets an alert saying like, wait a minute, why does Andy's phone say that she's still at the office and she clocked out a long time ago? And Zach's like, wait, did you call her? Yes, of course I did. Like, I don't know, Andy might be in danger. Then for whatever reason, we see Zach rushing through the parking garage and he's, banging on the door. I think it's that white door. It's like the stairwell in the parking garage. It's like he's running through there trying to get through. I don't know if they think something's up or what. Wait a minute, because they were looking at the suspect board at home, obviously. Hang on a second. I got to go back to the trailer just to double check something real quick. Okay, so I believe that Fatima, has the alert on her phone, or actually, she's tracking Andy's location on her phone while they're at the house. And then Zach, we see his white car at the parking garage. That's when he runs out and bangs on that door to the stairwell. So I guess that they see Andy's car is still in the parking garage at the job. And Zach is rushing up there trying to get in there because maybe he is worried that something happened to Andy. Now, I don't know. I honestly do not know. From there, the last thing to talk about is over at Gary's office. Hudson's like, oh, I've been waiting for this moment. And Gary's like, how much is it going to take to get rid of you? And then Hudson pulls up a gun and says, everything you hold dear, including your life. So now the question is, who grabbed Andy? And that's a separate video. But no, I think it's clear it is one of three people. It is A, Penelope, and I say this only because let's say if Robin is unable to get Jordan out of jail, or if we sadly follow up from what occurred in episode 21 where maybe Jordan harms himself and maybe he ends up dead, and then in order to get revenge, Penelope goes after the person she blames the most for this, Andy. So it could be her. B, it could be Hudson, because he does tell Gary in the promo, everything dear to you, including your life. And he knows how important Andy is to him. So it could have been Hudson. Or C, it could be Jasmine. Now, how did she get out of jail? Will we even find out who stabbed Gary? I don't know. I don't care. And say what you will, this isn't me being negative. I'm being blunt and to the point. I do not care. Hudson has this gun. Lord knows we do not need Gary to get shot and then he winds up right back in the hospital for another season. Please do not do this. And no, we do not need Andy to be abducted. We don't find out what happens to her. And then we go on to season 9 with another mystery. Oh, where's Andy? No. And plus, I'm not impressed by this scene with Andy because you know why? We saw the exact same thing happen at the end of season 6 when that guy, allegedly Jonah, grabbed Danny in the parking garage of her job and parking lot of her job, and we ended the season. And then we get to season 7 and it's the new writers with the time jump and it was a nightmare. So I can't lie. I am not looking forward to this finale. I am happy though that it will be over soon. So yeah, that's pretty much everything I have to say about the trailer breakdown. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. As stated at the start of the video, if and when they release the 30-second promo and there are relevant things to talk about that weren't explained in this video, I will do a follow-up. But until then, thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next video.